time, like I always say.
Ready?
Yep.
The unknown zone.
Talk show, talk show.
Zone unknown.
Talk show, talk show.
How the hell you find it?
In your overpriced high-tech telephone.
Deep in your bones.
Underneath a pile of stones.
It's some kind of virus.
Deep in your nose,
in between your toes, smack dab in the middle of your split crotch pantyhose. The unknown show.
Talk show.
The unknown show.
Talk show.
The unknown zone.
Talk show.
Okay. And now, the Bill W. of Brooklyn Public Access, Yvonne Dillette.
Woo! Nicely done, Jill. Nicely done. You did it.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And I just want to I just want to say welcome, everyone. We're on the, this is the Unknown Zone Talk Show with Yvonne Dillette, your host. And I have a very special guest today. I've been thinking about this, Jill. Someone I know a very long time from the beginning of pretty much the beginning of my sobriety. Yeah, right? Oh my God.
Totally.
So many things to talk about.
Many.
And I just want to say, I was thinking about you today, and I was thinking about all the things you've done and accomplished in your life. You're an interfaith minister. You're a therapist. You did like the initial like podcasty radio stuff with music. I remember.
Thanks.
We can talk about that. In my mind, you're a scholar.
Did you say scholar?
I did.
Wow.
I think it's true.
Wow.
I feel like I'm a lazy sage. You know what I mean? Like I'm very curious about a lot of things, but I don't go full hog all the way in. You know, where you study, like all of a sudden, like, you know, you went to school and became a therapist. Like I was so impressed, and I think about that and I go, oh, you know, I get tired even thinking about it. Like it's gonna take forever and whatever, and like it feels like you did it in 2 minutes.
You know, Yvonne, that's just so wild because when I think about you, and this is for a long time now, and you know I'm not a liar. I couldn't lie if I tried. In fact, you may remember our shared therapist.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
We'll get to
she
that.
She told me one day, Jill, you need a poker face.
Wow. Well,
because I just can't lie. Like I can't do it. So the truth is, I've always thought of you as someone who really went with your creativity, and you went all the way, and you never stopped.
Yeah, I just
you
couldn't.
You never stopped, no matter what. You always wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote, and I was always really jealous of that, because I was like, well, I had all of this creativity in me, and I'm just waiting for this, you know, like when I blank, then I'll write.
Well, I want to address that in a sense because, you know, of course, everyone's path is different. And I always, in fact, I can't believe I didn't say that in the beginning because I think I love your writing. Your writing always has blown me out of the water, always blew me away or out of the water. I don't know why I said that, but.
Wow.
No, I fucking love it. And I was a little sad when you stopped writing and went on to other things. But here's the but in your favor. I'm sure you have read The Alchemist.
I attempted to read The Alchemist.
Stop. Well, I'm gonna.
I attempted, but I'm gonna be open to what you say about it. And by the way, I'm just taking all this in.
Yeah. This is, you know.
Taking it in.
Yeah, this is gonna be. I'm already having fun. I just want to tell you that. So.
Awesome. Me too. Tell me about The Alchemist.
So The Alchemist. What I love. It's one of my favorite books, and I consider it like a spiritual fairy tale. And it got me through some dark times in recovery because the summary to me is that we start off on our path and we go towards our dreams. And the path never freaking looks like the way we think it's supposed to look, right?
Right. Right.
So for you, you had, you wrote, you did the radio thing, you did a bunch of different, you did the interfaith minister thing, the therapy, whatever that got you to today, right?
Yes.
And who you are today. So for me, my version was, to be creative. Maybe that's my through line, but I had to,
Yeah.
I had to, I had to work in different temp jobs and law
Right.
firms, whatever, that's a whole, which I love.
Hey, me too. I was
I
right
know.
there with you with that.
I remember you throwing
Totally.
mail out. I remember calling you and you saying, "This is so and so's mail. I'm throwing it in the garbage." And I was like, "I'm in love with you." It was like, well, we did crazy. Yeah.
They would fuck with my shit, and I'm like, oh really?
Oh my God. But we were so bad. But you
I
top.
know.
That was like to me one of the best things ever. So anyway, so the point is that we
Yeah.
all the path never looks like it's supposed to.
No, it
Um,
doesn't.
but in The Alchemist, what it says at the end, and this is the summary, and this is what I've this is like what I live by for years, is that we start out on the path and it looks easy, but then we have all these twists and turns and all these things we have to learn that we don't realize we have to learn to build up muscle strength, emotional, mental strength within ourselves.
Right.
And it says the universe appears like it's being mean, but it's growing us so that when we get the things we want, not only can we handle it, but we won't sabotage it. So there are no wrong.
I like
Everything,
it.
yeah. That saved me
I like
because
it.
I've had my story is fucking, between all the day jobs I've had to endure, with gratitude, of course, because it pays my bills. I have to say that, right?
Yes.
I have to say that. And I love my job, which is, the truth. Not.
But I've also admired that you were able to take care of yourself by.
That's
Staying with
God.
yourself.
I just barely show up. That's a miracle. I don't even know how that happened.
But I
Thank you,
admire
though.
I
Thank
admire
you.
the fuck out of that. I
Thank
really
you.
do.
Well, the thing is, I cannot not be creative. That's just who I am, which is the good news and the bad news. And I also had all these landlord situations, which where I had to. My last one was I had to go to court.
Oy,
I didn't pay
Right.
5 months rent because there was a gas leak and I wanted an abatement. Blah blah blah. I went to court, and the judge told me that landlord had 100 unpaid violations on that building, and I won. So I'm just saying, but like I had,
Wow.
but I had all these fucking challenges, which made me who I am today.
Yes.
And now I know I
Did
had
you
to
get
go through
sick?
that. I'm sorry?
I'm sorry to.
No.
Maybe we should let this be an asterisk. I wanted to ask you about what happened with you with the gas leak. We can let that be an asterisk.
Okay.
Later.
All right. I can tell you quickly. I moved in this building. 6 days in, there was a gas leak. I'm just going to say there were Hasidic Jews that owned the building. They tried to fix
Okay.
they own 40 buildings.
Mhm.
They tried to fix the gas leak illegally. None of us had gas
Right.
for 5 months. We all tried to get an abatement. I was the only one that stuck to it. They came around, 3 of them, in their smelly clothes.
Ugh.
Oh, disgusting. Knocking on doors trying to get the rent. And I was the only one because I didn't give a shit about my record that showed up and went
Yeah.
to court and followed through, and I won.
You're amazing.
But you ready for the worst part? I was living with
Yeah.
my dad for 6 weeks, which didn't suck, in Manhattan while this was going on at the end. And
Yeah.
I went to get stuff from my apartment to put in storage, and halfway through, they had to come storage-wise 2 days. The second day, they found bed bugs.
Oh shit.
Oh my fucking God.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, but I won. So did that answer your question, or was?
No, ish. I just wondered if
Yeah.
you got ill, if you had spent time in there breathing in the gas. And
No,
getting sick
no,
from
because
it.
there was no gas. It was shut off.
Understood. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
never-
yeah,
that's. I just was like, oh shit, that's so bad for you. But yeah. Okay. Good.
Oh no. Well, and I want to talk about all that stuff. Whatever.
Yeah.
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 Just health-wise.
The Alchemist. I'm glad that that it resonates with you. I have some thoughts about what you said. Is that, do you want to hear them?
I do. I want to hear all
So-
your thoughts. You don't even ever have to ask me.
Okay. Well, I mean, you may want to go another way, but
All right.
so,
If I start
it's
snoring,
like a
you'll
mo-
know. If I start doing
What's
a
that?
snore, if I go like,
you may find this interesting. So, one of the things that one of the sort of like foundations of how I am as a therapist is this amazing stuff called focusing, which I'll tell you all about sometime if you don't know about it. Eugene Genlin, who is no longer with us, sort of came up with it. And the basis of it is what he calls a process model. And so with that, it's sort of like, imagine a ball, and it's got your whole life in it.
okay.
And it's all implicit in the ball. Like, it's all there. And each step forward has the next step implicit in it. There's way more to it. So when I hear you talking about following dreams, for me, I never had dreams. I never had a future. You know, when they talk about, oh, you know, you're going to feel alive again, like when you were a child. You're going to be curious and joyful, like when you were a child. And I never was. I never had dreams. I never had a future. And so what I love about the implicit is that it's almost like coming from, instead of going towards dreams, it's sort of this push from behind. And many people do. You can be led by dreams, but for me, I never had dreams.
So you didn't have.
Me,
yeah.
I wasn't like, you know, I had fantasies about, like, one fantasy. This is so sick. One fantasy I had as a kid that I would think about to help me fall asleep was about like getting locked in a supermarket overnight.
So you can eat whatever you want?
And I could just eat whatever I want, but it never really went far because I'd be like, how do I open the can?
You got logical.
You know, and I couldn't. I'm like, I don't want to just eat cookies. You know, I want to have like a cheeseburger. You know, so they never really went very far.
Gotcha. You didn't want just ice cream,
so I
though?
didn't have dreams, and so now I'm open to the implicit, and the implicit, like, produces stuff as I go along, and here's the alchemy. Then other forces act on it, and then you have the alchemy that turns stuff into a forward, you know, like the thing up there.
Right.
And the thing up there is also implicit, so it's always changing.
Right. Well,
you know, but so now, just to wrap, sort of bring it full circle,
excuse me, pardon me.
I now have ideas about what I want to feel. You know, like I want to feel stable. I want to feel safe.
Okay.
I want to be able to feel and experience friendship. So for me, it's kind of like, it's something like what you're talking about, but it works a little differently.
Right. Okay, so I get that, and I like that for myself as well. However, it's kind of I think the juxtaposition here is that when you follow your dreams, that's not a stable thing, right?
Right.
But in your case, don't you think that one thing led to the other because you wanted to do those things, and it was gifts that you had that you were following?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I just got some images of like rain coming from the sky, but instead of rain, it's like packages. You know, like some rain too, but like surprise.
Well, that's a Capricorn
packages.
side because Capricorns like things.
Yes, but or the package will have like some of these things just sort of fell, and I went, oh yeah, that okay, I'll do that.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's interesting.
You know?
I got you.
Yeah. I'm gonna say one of the dreams I did eventually get enough like wherewithal and strength and like what's the word? Like I don't know the word, but I got enough whatever you need to actually dream. And I really always for a long time wanted to be a therapist.
So
finally, the things in my life came together and allowed me to pursue it.
So that's this is the other.
Happened.
Yeah, but this is the other thing that goes with that is that I think it's actually more difficult if you like to do more than one thing, because then how do you decide? Right?
Yeah.
So there's that dilemma.
Oh, yeah.
I have that dilemma creatively because I started as an actor and then I got into playwriting, right? And, but I had to trust where everything led to the next thing. But I had times where it's like, also because of trying to figure out where the money was for my, creative stuff, until I realized that I am not conventional in any way. So my time is just coming. People are coming, you know what I mean? Like I was 20 years ahead of my time. And I didn't know that. I just thought I was a fuck up. I thought I was just a failure because I couldn't get past a certain point. Right? But I could not be true to myself. So when I write plays that I've had produced, they're edgy. And they were I have been produced. You know what I mean? And then doing the show came out of this show happened because Rachel wanted to do something with me. She was starting to do stand-up. And
oh, shit. That's amazing.
Yeah. And I didn't want to do stand-up. I'm still conflicted about that. I will be till I die, just so you know. Because my thought is, I should have done stand-up and I would have been I would have been able to do anything I wanted.
Oh.
But that wasn't my path. So, but anyway, so she was doing stand-up, and I was like, I don't know, maybe we could do an act together, I don't know. And then I was like, you know what? I always wanted to do a talk show with my friends.
Yes.
And then I found out about the public access and blah, 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 and now I'm doing it 10 years.
Didn't we put, like, naked pictures of ourselves on a mug and give it to our therapist?
Did we?
Yes. Topless.
Oh, my God. Where are those? I
don't know where it is.
Oh, my God. That's amazing. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Oh, my God. I don't know what I would do if a client did that. That's so crazy.
That's awesome.
It's great, but I just remembered that we did that. It was a picture of us at the beach, topless, and then we put it on a mug, and then on the other side of the mug, it was a pair of hands in prayer.
I vaguely remember that now.
You remember?
That is such a great memory, Jill. I want to. Do you have the mug somewhere?
There's been so many moves.
I know. Holy shit.
I just doubt it.
Dude, I don't even. Oh my God. I mean, was this when we were in? We met in group therapy, right?
We did meet in group therapy.
So we should talk about. Let's talk about.
We should talk. I think I know what's coming in this conversation. Let's talk about it.
Let's share it with our audience.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
therapy.
Oh my God! I swear
we shouldn't use names. We should just like
no names. We don't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember anybody's last name anyway, so who gives a shit,
No, they didn't have last names.
Right. We were anonymous. I remember us in meetings, and I tell people the story, by the way, where if we didn't like the people speaking, this was before cell phones, we would write down, I hate her.
I hate her.
I hate her. Fast notes in meetings. That was a joyful time for me. I have a person that had to replace you in meetings where we text each other things about people.
Yes, I approve of that.
All right, so we're in group therapy with
yes,
oh my
indeed.
God, with Shelley, who was amazing. I'm not saying her last name.
Yes.
She got me. I mean, I was not functional for a very long time. Barely functional. So we're in group there. What was there, like 5 women? 5? There was the
something like 5 or 6, maybe.
There was. I'm just gonna say, was Nancy in there? Did you know Nancy?
Here's what I remember.
Okay.
I remember I never got to sit on the couch. And that's because I was always. You know why?
No, why?
You know why?
Tell me.
Because I was always. Late!
You're late! Who told us that? Was that the bulimic? The one that ate jelly?
No, you know who that was? All right, so
Okay.
well, I was saving that for last. 'Cause
Okay.
That's the best part.
Okay.
So on the couch was someone who would always hold the pillow.
Okay.
And the pillow had fringes, and she was always, like, holding onto the pillow for dear life.
Mm.
Someone else is a big fucking whiner, crying all the time. Whiny.
Whining. I hated the whining.
The whining. Who? Oh,
I don't remember
Oh, wait,
names.
didn't someone then come in, like, who was observing?
I remember one time Shelley's girlfriend came in when she wasn't supposed to.
What? Oh, she came in the background.
Yeah, and
She
Shelley was
came
like,
in to,
"Excuse
like,
me 1 minute." And she had to like tell her girlfriend that it's
do
not
something.
cool.
She was like,
It's
"Get the
not
fuck
cool to
outta
come
here."
in the middle of like this very vulnerable, like abused.
So totally. Someone was just winding it up, and her girlfriend walked in. So I remember somebody came in later on who was not there for therapy, but she was like a student or
Really?
something. And
Wow.
yeah, and we had an issue with it because we were not consulted. Shelley
Right.
just sort of inflicted her on us, and we didn't. We were mad, so we didn't welcome her. And Shelley was mad at us.
Right. And we were not very welcoming anyway.
Not only did that group never bond, but we were not welcoming to anyone who came in new.
And once I met you, it was like you and me against everybody.
It was you and me against
The world. We were like, "Fuck you. I hate you." In my head, obviously, we didn't say this, but we.
That was the best thing that came of that group.
It was the best.
You and me.
Yes, and the hardest part for me was, because we couldn't write notes to each other, was to not look at you at certain points.
Should I tell the best story?
Please, please.
I think I like how. All right, I'll tell the story and then you say the line.
Okay.
All right. So then there was this woman who was a dyke, and I believe she might have had a crush on me, and I don't know why.
Probably.
But sometimes when dykes have a crush on me, they're mean to me. She was
like
mean.
Cat?
What?
Like Cat?
Cat.
Kit Kat? What was her name?
Oh, no, she was just, okay, that's a whole other story.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We didn't have to talk about how to talk about that in a way that doesn't make us look like the meanest people ever
I know,
born.
I'm like the worst recovery person in the world.
No, wait, I have to fill you in on that.
Okay,
But,
cool.
So this woman, I remember she was under a lot of pressure. She was like, her unemployed sibling was losing his house, so she was paying the mortgage, and she was resentful, and she was fighting with her girlfriend, and they were like, of course, moving in together. And she was just a bitch. Like I think she had kind of a high-powered job.
Okay.
But she was extremely unpleasant, and then she hated us.
She was
hated
jealous.
us.
She was
Hated
jealous,
our
I'm sure.
friendship.
Yeah.
And she also hated that we would arrive after the group started. And one day, you and I came in together late, giggling, and sat down. And then she said,
"You're late! You're late!
You're late!
You're late!" Oh, Jesus Christ. And we were like, "Whoa! Easy, sister. Easy, whoa." What did Shelley, do you remember Shelley's?
Nelly. And where was the group going to go from that? Of course,
Didn't we
talk
laugh?
about it.
Didn't we laugh?
Of course, we pissed ourselves. And then that just made her angrier, and Shelley was angry, and
Shelley was mad at us.
everybody was like, and then the really avoidant non-New Yorkers were all like, did not know what to do. They were all like, peep, 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 peep. Just like,
I think I was like, what's the big
afraid.
deal? What's the big, so what? I was like, because I'm like the rebel, right? I'm the antagonist. So what? What's the big deal? So what?
I know. Details.
Now, who was the one that was such? I think that's my biggest memory from that.
I know. That's like, and then I think I very shortly after that, I was like, look, I'm getting nothing out of this.
Well, did you get anything out of it? Because I did get stuff out. I think
once I left the group, I think you got something out of it.
Is that what happened? I think I was in another group after that.
Yeah, and then you hated it and wanted to leave.
Yeah,
and you had
yeah.
some
We
trouble
did some
leaving.
role playing, like a couple people with my parents, and I know I did a
Uh-huh.
bataka bat thing at some point.
Oh, with the bat,
Yeah,
yeah.
the bat.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
it's so outdated.
And then the
Um,
main thing, I think the main thing though that I learned from group therapy, which I'm gonna say something positive, so I don't seem like a
okay,
complete monster.
I'm sitting down. Go ahead.
Okay, so I don't appear like a complete monster in recovery. This might, by the way, 30 years this month.
Mazal tov.
Crazy.
Actually, that's not even the right thing to say. Did you know that? Mazal tov means good luck.
Oh, what's
So what
congratulations?
you really say is,
Yeah.
if you want to be really, is you say Yasher Koach, which means, standing with strength.
Oh, Yasha
Good, it means it's more like good job, rock on. Yasher Koach.
Nice. I love Yiddish, by the way. I fucking love Yiddish. I
So
love
Yasher Koach for your 30 years.
Gegas into hay. I just want to say something in Yiddish. So,
What do you want to say?
so
What do you want to say?
what do I want to say? I don't even know. I just I know certain, a few words, and I'll say them whenever they're appropriate, or not appropriate. And I'll just say them like at poker games.
Oh, wait, I know what you could say.
Okay.
Okay, so say this. Say gay kaken afen yam. Can you say that?
Gay
Gay
kaken.
kaken. Like kaken is like C-O-C-K.
I got that
but
part.
Gay
Gay kaken.
afen yam.
Asanyam.
That means go shit on the ocean.
Gay kaken asanyan.
Yam.
Yam. Oh, sorry.
Yam.
Okay, let me.
Gay kaken afen yam. It's like like my parents would say that to me. Like basically, like shut up, leave us alone.
Let me say it again. Wait. Gay kaken. I'm sorry. Gay kaken asanyam.
You got it.
I did it right in the camera, so I can use that. That's like the promo for
it.
this. It's gonna be the
Gay
promo
kaken afen yam.
for the show.
That basically shuts your shit down. Like
I
don't
fucking love
no,
it.
you cannot have a new Gumby.
Well,
No.
you know what? I play poker with a lot of Jews, so I'm going to use that at poker.
Talk show.
The unknown zone.
Talk show.